The little known Desi dogs. For centuries, royal dogs. Their extinction was feared. Something changed 5 years ago. Now, these are the pride of Bharat.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Explained by NewsX, and today we are discussing the rise of Indian canine force. For decades now, India has relied on the courage, agility and loyalty of its security forces, from the soldier on the border to the constable in the city. But one quietly growing force is making its presence felt in a very different way. The canine contingent. The four-legged soldiers of the canine unit have long been with us. But what is changing is which dogs, how they are used and what they symbolize. In his 127th edition of the monthly radio address Mann Ki Baat, Prime Minister Modi congratulated the Border Security Force and the Central Reserve Police Force for stepping up their use of Indian breed dogs in their operational units. He recalled how, about 5 years ago, he had urged the fellow citizens and security forces to adopt Indian breeds of dogs as they adapt more easily to our environment and conditions. Prime Minister Modi announced that in a historic first, the BSF will march a separate contingent composed solely of Indian-bred dogs in the upcoming Ekta Divas parade at Ekta Nagar, Gujarat. This will become a visible symbol of a more self-reliant canine capability. Let's listen in to what Prime Minister Modi had said.
वैसे मुझे 31 अक्टूबर का भी इंतजार है। यह लौह पुरुष सरदार पटेल की जयंती का दिन है। इस अवसर पर हर वर्ष गुजरात के एकता नगर में स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी के समीप विशेष समारोह आयोजित किए जाते हैं। यहीं पर एकता दिवस परेड भी होती है और इस परेड में फिर से भारतीय श्वानों के सामर्थ्य का प्रदर्शन होगा। आप भी मौका निकालकर इसे जरूर देखिए।
And what does this shift in tone from a mere deployment of dogs to a public affirmation of Indian breeds tell us? Well, it says the state is choosing not just what tools it uses in its security apparatus, but which heritage it draws from. Indigenous breeds, historically overlooked, are being elevated not just for their operational value, but for symbolism. The BSF's decision to field an exclusive marching contingent of Indian-bred dogs is both operational and emblematic. These dogs are becoming a living symbol of India's self-reliant canine force. This move is significant for multiple reasons. It publicly affirms the capability of Indian breeds to match foreign lineages in rigorous security roles. It ties the security narrative to national heritage, homegrown breeds guarding Indian borders, and it also sends a moral message. From wild dogs in villages to trained operatives in uniform, the dogs can become a source of pride. Behind this is a practical push. The BSF's National Training Center for Dogs at Tekanpur, Gwalior region is rewriting training manuals specifically for Indian breed dogs, acknowledging their unique strengths and behavioral traits. Operationally, more than 150 Indian breed dogs are now being trained and deployed by the BSF across border and internal security roles. The message is clear. The next march past you see of uniformed troops may well be accompanied by an Indian breed and not a foreign pedigree. Let's look at some of the key indigenous dog breeds that are being tapped for this new canine paradigm. The first is the Mudhol Hound. It is a breed of sight hound from India. The breed is popular in and around Mudhol Taluk of Karnataka, and thus the breed got the name Mudhol Hound. Srimant Rajasaheb Maloji Rao Ghorpade of Mudhol of the Mudhol state is credited with reviving this hound. He noticed local tribal people called Bidar using these hounds for hunting. Using selective breeding, he was able to restore the Royal Mudhol Hound. On a visit to England in the early 1900s, the Maharaja of Mudhol state represented King George V a pair of hounds which popularized the Mudhol Hound breed. The Indian Army has expressed its desire to use the Mudhol Sight Hound for surveillance and border protection duties. It has obtained 6 Mudhol dogs for testing at the Army's Remount Veterinary Corps at Meerut. The second is the Pandi Kona dog. The Pandi Kona is considered a primitive type breed, meaning they have evolved their traits without or with little input from humanity. In their words, the locals most likely spotted the dog and utilized the dog breed's existing traits without much purpose breeding. They are perfectly adapted to the harsh conditions of Kurnool district in India, which is dry and arid because of their hardiness and relative independence from humans. They are very self-reliant and need little care to keep them happy. Intensely territorial, the Pandi Konas have been used as guard dogs for a long time. They can guard property, livestock, or become effective hunters. The third kind of dogs are the mongrel. A mongrel mutt or mixed breed dog is a dog that does not belong to one officially recognized breed, including those that result from intentional breeding. Although the term mixed breed dog is sometimes preferred, many mongrels have no known purebred ancestors. The fourth type is a Kombai. The Kombai or the Poligar dog is a breed of working dog native to Tamil Nadu in southern India. Traditionally kept for guarding and protection, they have a reputation for making excellent guard dogs. They were also occasionally used for hunting big game. There are stories about the Indian dogs which span centuries, from royal kennels to frontline security operations. They indicate continuity. Well, let's have a look at how Indian breeds have been part of our story. The Chippy Parai, originating in Tamil Nadu, was traditionally kept by local aristocracy as a hunting partner known for speed and silent stalking of game. Archaeological evidence shows surroundings of early Indian settlements had pariah type dogs 4,500 years ago. Another famous anecdote of dogs protecting the state is when loyal dog Vagya, the pet of Maratha king Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, jumped into his master's funeral pyre in Raigad fort rather than live without him. A modern anecdote is about the mudhole hound of BSM named Rhea. She defeated 116 foreign breed dogs in 2024 at the All India Police Duty Meet, providing indigenous breeds can outperform imported lineages. Another anecdote mentioned by Prime Minister Modi in his Mann Ki Baat episode was that during a patrol in a Maoist affected area of Chhattisgarh, an indigenous dog of CRPF detected 8 kg of explosives. Well, this is an important breakthrough as Maoist insurgency terrain is rugged, remote, heavily forested, and detection of IEDs and explosives requires a dog that is resilient, alert, adaptable to harsh conditions. Foreign breeds often struggle with tropical heat, high humidity, stress of Indian terrain. A native breed, acclimatized, may have an edge. Let's discuss why this shift matters. Apart from practical advantages like heat resilience, this is an expression of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. India will now not just be relying on imported breeds but elevated indigenous ones. The cost of training, acclimatization, and upkeep of breeds adapted to Indian conditions can be more efficient. But there are challenges in the road ahead. In 2021, an expert review found that the breed had less grasping power, could forget past training, and had a temperament that made it less suitable for certain police canine roles. But one has to understand that no transformation is without hurdles. Whatever the challenges, the trajectory is clear. Indigenous breeds are being more seriously integrated and the institution will be visible. From the royal kennels of old India to the rugged border posts of today, these dogs carry a legacy of loyalty, endurance, and courage. They are Indian by origin and now Indian by mission. When the next parade begins and the canine contingent lines up, look not just at the uniforms but at the hounds besides them. Each paw print is a statement. India's security, India's heritage, India's pride, because in the words of the Prime Minister, our indigenous dogs have shown that they not only belong, they lead. We take a short break on that note. We'll be back.
The little known Desi dogs. For centuries, royal dogs. Their extinction was feared. Something changed 5 years ago. Now, These are the pride of Bharat.